In this lecture, what we will do, whatever items we have added inside the cart, this entire items we are going to render on this cart page. So let me come to demo. These items I have added. So accordingly, that information has to be displayed in our cart page. So I will come here, close this. First, inside this cart.jsx, we are going to access state const. Here, I will write this cart items. From here, let me open cart slice. And inside this initial state, we have passed this cart items. So exact same thing I will access. Inside this, I will be passing state.cart. So in this way, I'm just going to access state of the cart. And this cart items value directly I will be getting from the local storage if I have added the items to the cart. Now let me just log. Here I will be writing cart items. Save this, inspect. Now here inside the cart items, I am having two items. Now those two items I'm just going to render on screen. And this is nothing but array. So here scroll down. Here I am having cart item. Wrap inside JavaScript mode. I will be writing cart items. If I am having cart items, only then I'm just going to render this complete cart item. So here I will be wrapping in parentheses. Now what I will do on this cart items, I'm just going to apply this map method. Inside this, I will be passing callback function. Argument, I will be passing item. And inside this curly braces, and what I have to render? I have to render this complete cart item. So in this way, on this cart items, I will be applying map method, inside which I will be passing callback function. And what I have to render? I have to render this complete cart item. And if we are having only one argument, then we don't have to pass this parenthesis. Directly once we are going to render in this way. So first time item will be holding first object data. Second time it will be holding second object data. Now inside cart items, I am having two objects. Let me come to my project. Now you can see two times my cart items will be rendered. For this cart item, we have created separate component. So whatever item we are having, that entire thing we will be passing as a prop. Prop name, I will be passing item. For this, I'm just going to assign complete item value. First time it will have first object data. Second time it will have second object data. And here we are using map method. So we will be passing key. And on every item we are having product name. So I'm just going to access this name. Now come here, refresh once, nothing is displayed, but two times I am able to render this cart item. Now what I will do, this item I am just going to accept as a prop. And directly I am just going to destructure. Here I will write log. Inside this I will be passing item. Let me just write here cart. Save this, refresh once. Now you can see here inside the cart item, first time I am having this first object and second time I am having this second object, product 5 and product 3. Now one by one we are going to render this complete information. Inside this src, I have to render image. For this image, directly we are having this image property. Remove this. From this item, I'm just going to access image. And here remove this. Here I will be writing item.name. Exact same thing copy. Here I will be pasting. For price, I will be passing item.price. Next for quantity, I will be writing item.quantity. Save this. Come to project. Now you can see product 5, 500, quantity is 2. So whatever information I am having here, successfully I am able to render that information. But for this price, I will be passing this two decimal numbers. So come here. This is our item dot price. And on this, we are just going to apply this to fixed method. and inside this I will be passing 2, which means I need 2 decimal places. You can see after 500 I am having 0.00. Next we are going to work on these controls. For that I will be creating state. Let me remove cons. State I will be passing quantity. Setter function set quantity is equal to use state. Hit enter, it will be imported. Initial value I will be passing 1. Now copy this, scroll down. Here we are having input field, and inside this value we are going to pass this quantity. Now come here. Here I will be having 1. If I type, I will not be able to type because we have passed read only, and also we are not firing on change event handler. But inside this directly, I do not want to display the quantity. Instead, whatever quantity we are having for the products, let me just come to home, demo. Here I am having product 5. I will give quantity as 3. Add to cart. This item is updated. Come here. So quantity is 3. So this exact same value I have to display on this input field. So from here, what I have to access? Initial value, whatever quantity we are having in this item, I'm just going to access that quantity. So from this item, I will access quantity. So whatever quantity I am having, that will be set as initial value for this quantity. Now you can see for this, I am having quantity 2, and for this quantity 1. So that will be set as my initial quantity. Next, I'm just going to display this item price, and how I have to calculate this. Quantity is 2 and price is 500. So this price I have to multiply with this quantity. So here scroll down. This is my total price. Remove this. Here I will be passing item dot price, and this item dot price I have to multiply with item dot quantity, and this entire value wrap inside parenthesis. And what I have to apply? Again, I have to apply this to fixed method. Copy and paste. Here I will be passing dot. So for this entire value after multiplication, whatever result I will be having, for that I'm just going to apply this to fixed, and then I will be passing this symbol. Now come here. You can see this is 500 and I have given quantity as 2. 500 into 2, I will have 1000 and 2 decimal places will be displayed. Quantity is 1, so 300 into 1, I will have 300. So in this way, we are going to display our item total price. Now let me just come to products. Select this product 5. I will give 4. Added item to cart. Come here. Now I am having 4. 500 multiplied by 4. My item total will be 2000. And here you can see quantity displayed is 4. Now we are going to work on these controls. If I click on this, I should be able to increase the value. And if I click on this, I should be able to decrease the value. So here we are having buttons. For this decrease button, I will be passing on click. Inside this, I will write decrease quantity. Exact same thing copy, and here I will be pasting. Inside this, I will be passing increase quantity. Now above this, we have to create the function, but we have already created the function inside product details.jsx. Open, and here we are having this. Let me scroll down. We are having decrease quantity and we are having increase quantity. So both the functions I will copy, and inside this I'm just going to paste. So here, if our quantity is less than or equal to 1, accordingly we will be throwing this error. Let me remove last letter. Toast will be imported and remove last letter. And from this card slice, we are just going to import this remove errors. And then finally, using the setter function, we are decreasing the quantity. Now, coming to increase quantity, now instead of product, we have to access stock from this item. So here, I will pass if our item dot stock if it is less than or equal to this one, accordingly, we have to throw this error. If not, we have to set this function. So this entire thing we have already repeated in product details. So again, I do not want to repeat this. Only thing you have to copy and paste. Instead of product.stock, you have to pass item.stock. Because now from item, we will have all the information of the cart items. Now come to project. If I click on this, successfully I am able to increase the quantity, and for this product 5 I am having stock as 10. Now as soon as I click on this, I will have this alert. Now for this product 3 we are having only one stock. Again if I click on this, I will have the alert, and below 1 if I try to go, again I will have quantity cannot be less than 1. But for this product 5 I can decrease the quantity. Now again, if I refresh, whatever data I was having in the cart, that entire data will be displayed. But when I have to update this quantity, here I will increase the quantity to 5, and only when I click on this update, I have to update this quantity. So for this, we have to add on-click event handler, and only when we click on this, we have to dispatch the action. So here, first we will access some values from state. So from state, I'm just going to access all the values. I need success. And here we don't have to change the name. Here I will be passing loading. Then I need to access error. I will access message. And finally, I'm just going to access cart items. And using this use selector hook, I will just access entire cart state. And inside this, I will be passing state.cart. Now this use selector, I'm just going to import use selector from React-Redux. Okay, all good. So all this data I have access from cart state. And below this, I will be creating one variable dispatch. And for this, I'm just going to assign this use dispatch hook. And this use dispatch got imported from React-Redux. Now first, I will copy this loading. Come to this control buttons, and these buttons I have to disable when it is loading. So here I'm just going to add disabled, and I will be passing loading. If it is loading, then what we have to do? We just have to disable this plus and minus buttons. Now scroll down. We are having this update button. For this, I will be adding on-click event handler. Inside this, I will pass the function handle update. Copy this function, scroll up, and below this I'm just going to create that function const handle update, and in this way I'm just going to create. As soon as I click on update button, only then I have to dispatch the action. So first thing, if it is loading, then simply do immediate return. Below this I'm just going to dispatch that action. Dispatch, what action I have to dispatch? I have to dispatch this add to cart. Inside this, I will be passing add items to cart, hit enter. This will be imported, and inside this, I will pass ID property, and from where I will have ID? From this item, we are having product, inside which we are having product ID. So for this ID, we are going to assign item.product. Let me give semicolon, using which we will have product ID. So that product ID, we are just going to pass it here. And these properties we have already assigned while creating the function. Next, we have to pass the quantity. So here I will be passing quantity. And this quantity is nothing but the state which we have created. So in this way, we are going to dispatch the action. But before dispatching the action, we are just going to check for the condition. If here I will write if my quantity, if it is not equal to item dot quantity open, only then I have to dispatch this action. For example, here I will come, if I click 5, now this is nothing but quantity, and item dot quantity I was having 4. So in this case, 5 is not equal to 4. Yes, the condition is true. Only then we have to dispatch the action. But here, if I give 4, quantity is 4, item dot quantity is also 4, 4 is not equal to 4, the condition fails, and in this case, I should not dispatch the action because I have not made any changes. Now here, if I click on update, I will open this Redux Default extension. Inside this, you can see I am not having that action dispatched. But now I will increase, click on update, come here, open this Redux Dev tool. Now you can see action is dispatched. First I am having pending and I am having fulfilled. And inside this you can see now I am having quantity as 5. So successfully I am able to dispatch the action. I will inspect this and here inside this let me just open. Now you can see quantity is updated to 5. But here let me come to demo. Initially you can see my update button is disabled. If I have not made any changes, then my update button will be disabled. But as soon as I do some changes, you can see this update button will be activated. But for this, I have not done any changes. So this update button will be disabled. So we are going to add that functionality. Just come to this update button. For this, we are just going to add this disabled attribute. Inside this, we will be passing all this content. If it is loading, okay, if it is loading, then I have to disable, or second case, I will be passing whatever quantity I am having. If it is equal to item dot quantity, in that case, I have to disable my button. Let me just come to my project. Now in both the cases, my update button is disabled because this quantity and item quantity both are 5. So that is the reason my update button will be disabled. But here, as soon as I click on this, you can see now both are different. Now my update button will be activated. Here also, I will remove this. I will pass loading. If it is loading, then simply give the text updating or else pass update. In this way, we are going to change the text. If it is loading, pass updating. If it is not loading, then simply pass update. Now we are just going to handle error and success. I will come to product details, copy this use effect, and inside this I'm just going to paste. Remove last letter, use effect will be imported. From here, remove this and also remove this cart error. So if we are having any error, then accordingly, we are just going to throw that error message. Now exact same thing from here, I will copy and inside this, I'm just going to paste. Success, we don't have to change anything. Here remove last letter, hit enter, this will be imported and rest entire thing will be same. Now let me come to project. I will increase the value. My update button will be activated. Now, as soon as I click on update, you can see I'm having updated product 5 quantity in the cart. But if you see 2 times I'm having these messages. So in this case, what we can do here inside this, we can also add another property. Here I will be passing toast ID and for this I will write cart update. So in this case, you can pass this toast ID because we will have multiple cart items and whichever product we increase, and as soon as I click on update button, only once we have to show that message. Now I will decrease, click on update. You can see only once we are going to have this message. So in this way, you can pass another property inside toast. Accordingly, if you want to pass for error, you can pass toast ID and for that you can assign the value cart error. Now our entire logic is working. Let me come to home. Here we are having this product. Click on this, add to cart. Mobile is added to cart successfully. Okay. Click on this cart. Now here I will be having all these 3 products. If I click on this, I will have this alert because I am only having one stock. If I decrease the quantity, click on update, successfully, I am able to render entire functionality. Next, we will be working on this remove item from cart functionality.